Hello, and welcome to P.I.E, Project Ideas and Experiments. Well, what did you know? Another plant video. But this one's actually a little bit more interesting. Though I hope you did find the rest of my videos interesting. If not, let me know in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. So, little quick backstory. At my work, which those who know me know where I work, and those who don't probably shouldn't know, or something. I don't know. There's issues because of where I work, so can't show, logo, location, yada yada, all that. Their policy, so I'm abiding by it. Anyway, their grounds crew was doing some groundskeeping. Imagine that, and they had trimmed up some honeysuckle. And, if you've seen my previous videos, I have some honeysuckle that I bought. And I thought, well, wouldn't this be interesting? Let's see. I mean, technically it would be free. They're going to toss the stuff anyway, or let it sit there and rot. So I went and asked and was like, hey, can I take some of the stuff you were going to throw away anyway? And, after the weird look was removed, well, not for me. That never gets removed. Anyway, obviously explained everything, and I got me some. I didn't even have to actually do the actual cuttings. So whether these are, I know they're not great, and they're from outside and whatnot. Which be careful, because sometimes things can transfer, and who knows what. But I like plants, and I'm gonna see if I can get them to grow. So anyway, I gathered up quite a few cuttings, far more than I needed, but better chances of a success rate when you have too many. I think the same thing applies to kids, which kind of dooms me being an only child. But anyway, I digress. You can't see my hand movement because I'm doing it on the other side of the camera. I keep looking at the screen instead of the camera. Screen, camera, screen, camera, screen, camera. Ah! Anyway, I'm trying to rush, and I get, obviously, more talkative. Hopefully, I cut that out, but maybe not. Anyway, let me show you a pile of cuttings I got. For free. That's the most important thing here. Sometimes, certain people or businesses, if you go up to them and be like, hey, I really like that plant you have, as long as I don't do something that kills it, or if, maybe they're into gardening as well and they'd rather use their shears and whatnot, which would be understandable. You could be like, knock, knock, knock. Can I get a cutting of that plant you have out there? They may tell you no. They may chase you off, or, maybe they like sharing the joy of plants. And be like, sure. And, be respectful. Get your cuttings. Make sure to, right time of year and, all that kind of stuff. And, kind of free plants. I've even heard stories of people picking up the broken pieces of plants at gardening centers and getting free plants that way. So, if it works, it works. If it don't, well, a failed experiment is still an experiment. Which is fairly obvious by this channel. But anyway, I digress too much again. Here we go. My eyebrows look weird. Alright, so I am out here by my work. Not gonna say or show where I'm at for obvious reasons. But the grounds crew did some trimming of some beautiful honeysuckle. And they left a whole bunch of trimmings. So, yay, free plants. And it's got these beautiful white and yellow flowers. And they took a whole bunch of cuttings. They cleaned up most of it. But I'm going to pick up some, and I am going to see if I can get it propagated. So here we go. Alright, so I just picked up a whole bunch of little cuttings and pieces and whatnot. And let's see if we can get any of this to actually grow. I tried to get a mix of, newer growth and older growth. There's actually some that just look like branches in here. And go from there. All right. Here is my giant pile of cuttings. I'll go through them a bit more. Obviously, my seed starting tray and a dirt bag. There is some obviously older growth, woody growth, and then there is some newer growth, which is more supple vines. It's just weird saying the word supple. And so this will also see what maybe what works a little better than others. Now, after a quick little search, I did find that you can take cuttings of honeysuckle in both summer and fall. And I mean, technically it's only springtime, but it's already 80 something degrees and it'll be storming tomorrow. So that actually comes into play later, but I'll get to that in a second, or probably a few minutes. So, with where I live, it's already summer. It's already hot, especially for myself. I figured it was already okay. I mean, they're making the cuttings, but that also kind of plays into the experiment is, does it really matter? What's going to work, what's not? And, so yeah, cuttings, propagating plants. So anyway, I'm going to cut these up a little bit more, make them in a bit more manageable pieces, fill that with dirt, stick cuttings in dirt, put in the windowsill. Well, first on the heat source, then in the windowsill. Sorry for all the camera movement. Alright, so back to a typical setup here. For now, anyway. Seed tray. Actually coming in quite handy for all these various plant deals. And I'm just going to fill it up with dirt. I'm not going to make you suffer through all that because, it's filling it with dirt. Just fill it with dirt. Fill it with dirt. Dirt. Fill it with dirt. Alright. Now it's filled with dirt. Now you could take these cuttings and do like I'm doing a little seed starter tray. I have way too many cuttings to actually do this, so I'm also going to take some and stick them in some of the containers I have outside. In addition to seed starting tray and the ones that I placed outside, I also got an opportunity at my grandma's house. So let's cut to that real quick. Alright, so I'm over here at my grandma's. Yeah, there's a lot of loud noises. The joys of filming outside, and I don't do retakes. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to take some of the cuttings I acquired, and I'm going to do a alternate propagation method of basically finding a broken stick and sticking it in the ground. Simple. There's actually a cool story that goes along with that. I'll cut to doing that story right now. And anyway, so I'm just going to show this real quick, and here we go. So a nice little area here, fence line, a couple of trees, plenty of things for honeysuckle to crawl up, and make a hole in the ground. Got a screwdriver here, old one, and I'm just gonna put some cuttings in the ground. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna film this. I think I'm gonna show you right here, and then anyway, so I'm gonna set my little cuttings down over here. Try not to block the camera. I'm just gonna take a screwdriver here. I'm just gonna make a hole. Of course. Probably can't hear a word I'm saying. But let's take a cutting, take off a couple of leaves, take off any flower material, and then take the end and then just plant it in the ground. Alright, so I just kind of smushed it down to kind of get better contact. And let's do another place. There's an ant bed over here, so I was going to put one over by the tree here, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's kind of clear out some dirt here. Put a hole there. Some of these cuttings probably aren't going to make it. They look a little worse for wear, but let's take the leaves off again. Just take the end, stick it in the ground, and then kind of squish the dirt around and give it good contact. Alright. Like I said, this probably isn't the best way to do this, but it's the way that I'm doing it. Like, you know, with everything else I do. And now I've pissed off the ants. Oh boy. Okay, let me get these cuttings out of the way before they get run over with ants. Got the one there and the one there. Guess I'll just do a clear it here, a little closer to the fence. Get the doodle bug out of the way. I'm going to make a nice big hole. I'm going to take my cuttings here. Now these, I'm actually going to leave the flowers and stuff on because there's a lot of them on there. And we'll see if anything makes a difference. Because that's the whole point with experimentation, is seeing what works. Alright, so I'm just taking the two little ends here, sticking them both in the dirt, and then squishing them down. Make sure they get good contact with the dirt. Alright, so we've got one here, we've got two there, and where's the other one? I already forgot where it was. Right here. That one. Anyway, we'll see if anything makes it. Alright, back to the rest of the video. Anyway, so as you can see, I took a couple of the cuttings and planted them at my grandma's house. Her permission, of course, which I think I already said. Anyway, and let's just trim some of these up. You saw the massive pile over here, and basically all you want to do is get them trimmed up, remove any flowers, and the first couple of sets of leaves, you want to leave a few leaves on each stalk. And I'm going to put a few in each cell just because, well, I have so many, and we'll go from there. I'll show a little bit of the actual trimming, and then it'll be back to this view. And, well, actually, I'll probably just cut to when it's done, because, I mean, it's cutting and sticking sticks in dirt. That's pretty much all planting is. Knowing where to cut and when to stick it in the dirt. And seeds, which is toss them on the ground. What grows, grows. So, it's plants. Alright, so here we are, trying this little angle here for this, to get a little bit better view. Can you see everything? Okay. Here we go. Now, I'm going to reach over in your pile of cuttings. It's like this one, there's some old growth here, if we can see that. It's nice and dark brown, woody growth. And then up here, this is considered new growth. And there's flowers. It's another easy way to kind of tell there. So I'm just going to take a couple of snips. And look, we've already made 3 potential cuttings. I think I took too many. Now, you can kind of see on this one how it slenders down here and it's thicker over here. So this one has some turning there, so I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, and we're going to cut that off. That way we're left with just this nice little more woody piece. Oh, let me get these little side pieces off here. Tear off a couple of the leaves. Okay. Yeah, that's the bottom there. We'll tear that part off. Tear those leaves off. Alright, so now we have a cutting that has some leaves, but a nice amount of stick available. It's always good to have more stick than not enough stick. Anyway, set that to the side. That's trash there, which will be composted. Speaking of composting, okay, so I'm actually over here at my grandma's. Sorry for the noise in the background. And for anybody who watched some of my previous videos when I cleaned up my dead plants, one of the things that was there were morning glories. This is my grandma's compost pile, and it's where I bring any compost. And as you can see, there's some old Easter egg shells and stuff there. I don't know when this video will go out, but about a week after Easter here. And anyway, in the cuttings came up, some of the stuff I threw away came up a little morning glory. And I think there's some stuff over here as well. Yep, got some of it, and it's trailing that way with some old blooms and whatnot. But it just goes to show that even trash, even stuff that's you don't want anymore, can still make it and thrive. And that's should be a motto for life, because you can still make it. If these can make it from thrown out cuttings, you can make it. Anyway, back to regular programming, regular video, yada yada. Let me get away from these dogs barking. Just goes to prove one person's trash is another person's treasure. Another way for free plants. Okay, back to it. Now these are more newer growth, so I'm not gonna, there's no real trimming needed. But I'm just gonna take off first couple layers of leaves. I'm gonna go up here to the top where the flowers are, and without damaging it too much, take off flowers. Same thing here. Take off first couple of layers of flowers, of leaves. I'm trying to do this where you can see it too. So where the flowers are, you don't want those staying on. I'm not 100% sure why, but that's what I've pretty much seen everywhere. So I'm just going to take those. I probably just tore that more, but anyway, another cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and do this through a whole bunch of them and get a nice pile, or a better pile than this one here, and then we'll get back to it. All right, here's some more old growth, more woodier vine. I'm just going to trim it up a bit, but it's the same process, whether it's new vine or old vine. Just do a decent trim, and it'll be good to go. Now another thing I'm going to try here is I'm just going to try grabbing some of these pieces, flowers and all, no prep, and just sticking those in. This one's going to go outside along with some of the hardwood ones, maybe a couple of the softwoods, I'm not really sure, just to see. Alright, I have now, not only this is filled with dirt, it's got some water to it. I don't know if you can see it jiggle a little there. Anyway, now we take some cuttings. Let's do a mixture. If I need more, obviously I have my pile over here. Oh, see, this one I forgot to take the leaf off. There. Oh, I think I was going to do something different with this one. Oh, well. Anyway, stick it in the dirt. That's it. Stick in the dirt. I'm going to take this woodier one. I need to actually trim that down a little bit. That's a bit too... that stick's too big. Got it nice little trimmed up there. We're just going to stick it there. They're going to fall over. They're not going to have support. Here's another newer growth. I'm going to stick it over here. I'm going to put that one outside. Somewhat newer growth, so let's stick that there. Another woodier growth. I'm actually going to snip that off. Woody growth. Stick that down in here. Let's actually take the other piece I cut off of it, stick it in the same square. Here's one that barely has anything on it. I'm not sure which way is up and which way is down. It probably matters, but I don't know. So I'm going to stick it along with this one in this container here. Alright, here's another somewhat woody growth. Somewhat new, somewhat woody. That's just nothing. But let's see what happens. Let's stick that one over in here. Alright. Here's the one that's going to go outside that already has flowers and everything still attached. Those are like twisted up and everything. Alright. Let's just stick these in here. A little random sticking. This one's a little taller. Just kind of maneuver it over here, stick it in there. This one, how many we got in there? Alright, 2 in there. I'm trying to do no more than 2 in each one. Not that I think it really matters. And why don't you know, I still need 2 newer growth ones. So, good thing I have plenty of supply here. Alright, let me just, I'm going to take right here. Okay. We've got, I think there's 3 in there, but they're twisted together. So you know what? This is another good example. I've got these all twisted. They've got flowers on them and everything. Just a little bit of light prep work here, ripping off these bottom leaves. But because of the way they're twisted together, I'm not going to try to separate them. I'm just going to stick them all right in here. Okay. Let's grab one more. Just some random little piece here. We're even going to simulate more of a break. Not even going to cut it. I think that was the end. That was the... Well, anyway. Let's take those pieces off. And then we're going to stick that right down in there. And that's it. Well, at least for this container. So I have some woody cuttings on this end, and some newer growth cuttings on this end, and about midway. So let's put it on our improvised heat source, and there we go. I have a feeling a lot of those leaves are going to droop off. Some of the flowers are going to droop off, but again, that is part of it. And it's got some water in there. I'll refill it after a while. And All right, now let's go do the ones outside. The ones outside are just going to be, well, they're just going to stick them in a couple of containers, and it'll be very similar to how I stuck them in the ground at my grandma's. And the rest are going to be, I guess, composted or maybe placed in a bit of a guerrilla gardening fashion. We'll see. Kind of. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to outside and just quickly show what I'm going to do there. Alright, for the ones out here, I've got 3 cuttings. 2 that are a bit newer growth and vine together, and 1 old growth, and just going to stick them in the dirt. Let's see what happens. Walking over to my plants. Alright, got a little tower here. Probably going to stick them either in the bottom one or the middle one, just because I think that'll be kind of the best to visually see how they do. Alright, let me do that and then I'll show you. Alright, so what I did is I stuck the woody one here, I stuck one of the vining ones here, and another one down here. Alright, like I said, I'll keep it trying to get the plant in the background too. I gotta angle it all weird. Weird angles. Anyway, so that is pre-plants, pre-honeysuckle, however I decide to end up titling this video, which you've already known because you clicked on it or it was shown to you. But, you know, if you like what you saw, watch some other things. I don't really like doing cards at the end of videos. I don't have an outro really. But, I don't know, maybe I'll put some in the description or something. I don't know. I'm still new to this. You know, give some advice, you know, comments or criticisms, and, you know, obviously watching it and liking it does help. Does help. Anyway, I try to keep everything as straightforward. I don't like to do reshoots or anything like that. Basic editing, no background music. Oh my god, I can't stand the videos that have all the background music and everything. I'd rather just not listen to anything than, you know, while stuff fast forwards. But then again, that's me. If you think maybe I need sound effects and music, let me know. Anyway, like I said, great way to expand your garden or patio garden or containers, whatever, is take opportunities when they come along. You never know. It could be one of your best experiences in life. It reminds me of a story. I know, we're talking. Anyway, years ago, I believe it was on Deborah Duncan, talk show, whatever, had a guy on there, skinny guy, long hair, beard. Not me, obviously. Anyway, in a childhood story, he had been riding a bicycle, fell on a shrub, it broke, he felt bad, stuck the broken stick in the ground, and came back months later, and it was growing, and that literally sparked his interest in plants. I've always thought that was kind of cool, and that's kind of similar to what we're doing here. Taking what was going to be tossed, what was broken, what was discarded, and seeing if we can rejuvenate it and bring it back and expand the growth. Hopefully at some point I do a bit more than plants on this channel. I know it's supposed to be a lot more, but it is what it is for right now. And, I mean, if you like plant content, if you want to see more tech, if you want to see, you know, maybe me trying to build something, I don't know. A lot of it comes down to money, like everything else in life. With that being said, thank you for watching P.I.E. And remember, be smart, stay safe, have fun. if you're waiting for some quirky little outro, I didn't really come up with one today. This was all kind of a rushed video. Bye.